Well, hello, boys and girls in video land. Look at that little, where is it? The screen spot when it hits my eyeballs. That's crazy. So, welcome to Irregardless. Today is Friday, and every Friday at 1 p.m.-ish, we hop on to Facebook Live and talk about stuff. But let's start with our little intro. And there you have it. That's our little intro. You like that? I could change my background too. Cool. So I don't know where Rocco the Pug is today, but I'm here on Irregardless and happy to have you here. I'm going to share some cool stuff with you today. Really cool stuff. So thank you for being here. And what I want to share, I'm going to show you, and I'll make this larger so you can see it. But I want to share some tips for virtual calls, or basically Zoom calls. So these are some Zoom tips. I didn't make these up. These are from, let me make this larger so I can see it here. These are from owntheroom.com. Owntheroom.com. And the tips that they have for Zoom calls or virtual calls are, number one, log on early, because you don't want to be that person who shows up late and says, oh, what did I miss? Can you tell me? Can you catch me up? That's not cool. Hi, Lynn. So you definitely want to log on early if you are going to participate in a Zoom call, so you'll be ready to go. Next tip is light up the camera with more than your smile. So, and that means light from the front. If you have a ring light, or I have two big lights up here. Hold on a second, I'll show you. So I have my two lights up here on either side of me, my LED lights, and I also have light coming in from a window over there. So yeah, light from the front, and make sure that you don't have a ton of light coming from behind you, because that's going to look really freaky. And scary. So light up the camera with more than your smile. Okay, if not natural light, get a cheap lamp and shine it on your face. Not a cheap lamp, get a good light. Number three, find that lens. Owntheroom.com, that's where these tips are from, 10 tips for virtual calls or Zoom meetings. So it's hard to look at the lens, but that's really what you have to do. And oftentimes the camera is up here, like on my computer, it's up there. So it's hard to, you want to look at the camera like this rather than looking at the screen like this. Man, I'm having a bad hair day and I'm still doing a Facebook Live. So yeah, so find the lens, look at the lens, and speak to the lens as if you're speaking to another person. Not always the easiest thing to do, but it makes a big, big difference. Find the lens, look at the lens. The next one is fill the frame, adjust the camera so that it barely cuts off at the top of your head. Again, and I'll come back. Go back here, but you can see, you know, I've got a little bit of headroom, but not a ton. But you don't want to be like this. Hi, I'm way down here. You want to try to fill the frame with your image. That is the tip that they're saying here. Basically, fill the frame, adjust the camera angle so it barely cuts off the top of your head. Many people slouch or put their heads in the middle of the frame, and then we look like we're little kids like this. Hi. So, all right, so that's it. Also, eliminate distractions. You don't have to have a professional backdrop behind you, but the less distractions and clutter, the better. So again, I have on StreamYard here, we have the ability to do green screen virtual background. So I have my Irregardless graphic behind me. Even if you don't have a green screen, try to make sure that your background is not too busy or messy or distracting. You want to have kind of a neutral background. Number 6, have a bigger view. Use gallery view and then you can read the feeling of the room and see everyone. So when you're on a Zoom meeting and people are all on camera, you can go to gallery view and basically see everybody in bigger squares, so to speak, like a Brady Bunch or Hollywood Squares scenario. For those just joining us, welcome to Irregardless. We're talking Zoom tips, how to look more professional for your Zoom meetings. This information comes to us from, I have to go back here and see, owntheroom.com. And number 6 was have a bigger view, use gallery view. Number 7, use the chat box once per call. If you are conducting the meeting, and StreamYard, it's a little bit easier because you can go in and post comments and say, hello, tell us who you are and where you are and why you're here, what you're doing and all that. And then I can do that. So basically use the chat, use your little interactive functions if you're on StreamYard to be able to show people's comments. Like I can see that Lynn's here. I can say hello back and then I can hide that. But you want to try to use the chat box at least once on the call. And the other best practice I've heard is make sure you engage your audience at least every 8 minutes by asking them to comment or create a poll, vote in a poll or things like that. There are interactive things you can do on Zoom to keep people involved. So I can say, hey, say hello and tell us where you're watching from today to, engage the audience a little bit. Another thing that you can do is when you do, or if you do have to step away when you're attending a meeting, shut off your camera and mute your microphone. It's like the Saturday Night Live skit where people are on Zoom for the first time and they're taking their laptops into the bathroom with them while they're on Zoom. No, don't. Mute and take yourself off video when you're munching, stepping away from the computer, or talking to somebody in your house. So again, if you have to do something else, or if Rocco comes in and starts barking, you can mute yourself and take yourself off camera, and it will look a lot more professional that way. So when you do have to step away, mute your camera, mute your microphone. Number 9, engage the audience. Body polls work better than the poll function. Show me with your fingers on a scale of 0 to 10 how you feel about such and such. So on a scale of 1 to 10, body polls are more engaging and allow you to engage the audience better. So again, use that visual, sign language basically. And then finally, mind your mindset. Having had the honor of coaching so many awesome people, you learn that part of the problem is the way we see the problem. Part of the solution is how you explore solutions. So again, experiment. Try different things, and you will look like a pro. Phil, I'm going to put you on screen. All right, you troublemaker. Thank you for checking in. I appreciate it. So again, these are some tips from owntheroom.com for looking like a pro on your Zoom calls. We'll go over them real quick. Just again, log on early, light from the front. Find the lens, look at the lens. Not always the easiest thing to do. Like right now I'm reading, so I'm not looking at the lens. Fill the frame. You don't want to be like this. Hello, I'm way over here. Eliminate distractions. There's Rocco the pug barking on cue. Thank you, Rocco. Have a bigger view. Use gallery view. Use the chat box. Mute your mic and your camera when you have to step away. And last but not least, engage the audience and manage your mindset. So those are some tips from owntheroom.com. Lynn has a green screen. Yay. We hope to see it next time then. We'll next week, maybe we'll have guests and put people on screen and let them check in on that stuff. So those are top 10 tips for virtual calls on Zoom or Facebook or wherever you are. So much of it is just being present and trying not to be distracted and be doing too many things and multitasking. If you're a participant on a call, or if you are leading the call, the Zoom call or the Facebook Live or wherever it may be. So these tips also go for Facebook Live too, the same Zoom kind of etiquette. Phil, oh, I get it, but I need my rim shot. I need a rim shot sound effect. because Phil always fills the screen. Very funny. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to share today was some Zoom tips for you because we're all living on Zoom. Zoom fatigue is a thing. It's kind of hard to be on 6 or 7 or 8 Zoom meetings a day in a row, but this is the world we are in at the moment, and it is what it is. So we got to make the best of it. I know it's been a crazy week, month, quarter, year. I hope you're doing okay. And I hope you stay safe and healthy and have a great weekend. So this is Irregardless. This is Lou and Rocco the Pug, who is going to get to go outside in a couple minutes. And we will see you next week at this time. Thanks for watching. Let me play my little outro and we'll talk to you soon.